What's your kind of general take on how the bill and the future looks then for a tenant in terms of their rights?
Even now, tenants have the option to challenge unfair rent increases. How are rents going to rise when there are protections built in to stop rents rising above market price? That tenant might be thinking, my landlord's terrible because I've got rats. The place I live has rats, it has to be my landlord's problem. So explain the huge amount of building going on. Sensationalist drive. I had this guy comment on here's the comment, I won't call his name out because, and he said, how are rents going to rise when there are protections built in to stop rents rising above market price? So that's a really good comment, but I think there's a misconception here that rents will rise because market price could well rise 20% because of the lack of properties and landlords. So the protections aren't in place to stop landlords being able to achieve market price, which could be a huge amount higher than what they're currently paying in 12 months. What the protections there is to stop landlords asking, if the market's gone up 10%, asking for 20%. But the point that where the misconception is put here, an independent board to determine if the rent rises are in line with market values and that these will be subject to review. They'll only be subject to review once they go to review. Many tenants will probably just say, okay, thank you, yeah, I'll pay that rent. So it's important that even now, tenants have the option to challenge unfair rent increases. And we've got to try and decipher landlords' asked rent versus market rise, because they are going to rise, just maybe at a slower pace after this whole renters' rights bill, maybe. So it's a really interesting in time. Another thing here, actually, good for a tenant. What about rats? Landlord advised, I've done all the appropriate legwork to resolve the issue. Should this have been his responsibility? Rats in a property.
No one wants to think about rats in a property.
No one wants to think about rats.
Nightmare.
But if he has done what he can, that's all he can do. So then you have to get on to the council, is a good bit of advice. And fundamentally, rats generally are there for a reason. Whether it's, if the property's secure and there's no holes in the walls and for rats to get in and out, it's generally bins outside. Are they coming in because the bins of the neighbours are all overflowing? And you can't just say, the place I live has rats, it has to be my landlord's problem. If the landlord sent a contractor out or a pest controller to kind of help with the situation, but he's done all he can, that's all he can do.
Then it becomes like a local authority thing.
Local authority, environmental health, yeah. And this is where there needs to be clear demarcation between, that tenant might be thinking, my landlord's terrible because I've got rats. They don't really think my landlord's good because I've told them I've got rats. He sent somebody out, they've done their best, and I've still got rats. It's your house, you're living there. Are you leaving the bag of rubbish outside your back door every night? It's so many variables. Yeah. It's just not the landlord's problem.
Yeah. Everyone needs to know those processes, don't they? I think it's another reason why I'd support your call for landlords to use managing agents, because I just feel like having someone you can ring straight away who can talk to you on the phone and knows, like for me, when I was renting, I had landlords that were an absolute pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Wouldn't either be working during the day or they'd be out doing something on holiday and you'd just be leaving voicemails or emailing them. It'd stress you out.
Yeah.
It's nice to just be able to ring someone who answers and you go, right, can you help me out? I've got a problem. What's your advice?
And remember what I said in the last video, from a managing agent perspective, the longer you stay in that property, paying your rent happily, the better it is for them. So they don't want to rock the boat, you want to move out, because we've got to then remarket it and it's all over again. Whereas if you're in there for 5 years straight, that's more profitable for us because we're just helping you live there happily, paying the right rent, whatever that might be, depending on the market and the landlord's expectations.
Any more comments you want to pick up on?
There we go. Someone's put here. So this is on the comment, why UK landlords are fleeing, the hidden truth behind rising rents. These are all on the channel if you wanted to go and watch them. But someone's put, so explain the huge amount of building going on. Sensationalist drive. There is a huge amount of building going on, but it's nowhere near putting a dent in the amount of properties we need to be built. So that's the problem with the supply and demand issue. Loads of opinions. All that will happen is tenants will have things harder, rents will rise, but I'm so careful now. This is the landlord. He gets 35 people for every house and 25 go straight in the bin, is what he said. Losing Section 21 is a big problem. So it's also regionalised. Some markets are different to others. We're obviously in the southeast and London in the southeast. But yeah, let's switch gears into whatever happens with this renters' rights bill that's going to come in end of this year, how we and me and Power Bespoke can equally help tenants, because that's important.
Yeah, definitely. What's your kind of general take on how the bill and the future looks then for a tenant in terms of their rights? Has there anything changed there that should really have an eye on, or any advice that you have around the rights that a tenant possesses?
I don't really think it's changing their rights much, because they can still be evicted. The unfair evictions are going to be harder for landlords to do, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean that feels good
for sure.
That's no unfair eviction.
But Section 8, rent arrears, breach of tenancy, I don't feel like they're overly, if anything, it's like we touched on this before, the goal of the bill is to give tenants more rights, renters' rights bill. And by abolishing fixed-term tenancies, you're just giving them less rights. They want to give tenants more security in properties, but by abolishing the ability, like one of my landlords might want to give a tenant a 3-year tenancy. There we go. Pay your rent on time every month, and you're here for 3 years. That's going to be gone. It'd be a rolling periodic tenancy, where the landlord can give what they're suggesting. I think the notice period for the landlord would be 3 months notice, and a tenant 2 months. And they're trying to level that out to be 2 months either side or whatever, but there's no real security there.
Kind of less rights.
Less security, that's for sure. Yeah.